Students, today we will perform an activity which has Vlan, then trunking, then DTP. Okay, this is a topology you have to draw. Okay, so we have three switches here, and before we start the topology, I'll tell you something. So the ports between switch to computer are access, which can carry only one VLAN, but the ports which are connected between two switches or one switch to router, yani between network devices like switch to switch, switch to router, they are trunk ports. Trunk port yani a port which can carry more than one VLAN data. But access port means a port which is connected to a computer or a laptop or end device. So see, this one will carry only VLAN 10 data. This is access port. This will carry only VLAN 20 data, again access port. But this S1 to S2 through G0 bar 1, G0 bar 1 are trunk port because they can carry data from VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Okay. Now we start the activity. So I'll open the question. Okay. This is the addressing table. This is the VLAN and port assignment table for S1, S2, S3. First thing, create the topology. So I already created the topology before the start the activity. Okay. Now assign IP address subnet mask gateway for PC0, PC1, PC2, PC3 according to the table. So I have to open the table PC0 192.168.1.2 mask 255 3 times 0 gateway 1.1. So I'll go to PC0, go to desktop 192.168.1.2. This one mask, then gateway is 1.1, I guess. Sorry, this one I remove this default gateway, right? This one 00. Let me check the table again. For PC0 it is 192.168.1.2. Now PC1 2.2, sorry, PC1 2.2 S. So PC1, it is what they told, PC1 2.2. okay, 2.2, sorry, 192.168.2.2 mask is same 255, then gateway is 2.1. Now what about PC 2 and 3? 2 is 1.3, 3 is 2.3. okay, so go to 2 is 1.3, so 192.168.1.3 mask 255 in. Okay, then this one is 192.168.1.1. now this one is 2.3, PC3 is 2.3. sorry, mask, then gateway is 192.168.2.1. done. Now that is done. So next sorry, configure S1 S3 with the host name, IP address of switch, virtual interface SVI, and default gateway according to the table. Okay, so we have S1, host name is S1, IP address of virtual interface VLAN 66. This is the IP, this is the mask, this is the default gateway. Okay, do this for S1 S2. S3 I think is missing, we'll put that. Okay, no problem. So I think they told only to put S1 S3. S1 S3, S3 is, where is S3? This one. Okay, so here S1 S3, this one is S3 actually. This one I'll make it S3. Okay, so first I'll go for the S1. I'll go to CLI, you know that. So enable command, configure space T, and the command to configure host name is host name S1, you know that. Then we have, what's the next thing they told is IP address of SVI and default gateway. So SVI interface VLAN 66, IP address 66.5. okay, copy this one. 66.1 is the gateway. So I'll go to S1 again, interface VLAN 66. okay, IP address, I copy the IP address, just I'll paste this one, and mask is 255.255.255.0, no shut, Done. Now default gateway, for that I have to go back to config mode. Now IP default gateway 192.168.66.1, that is done. Okay, now for S3 VLAN 66 SVI is 66.1. I'll copy, go to S3, go to CLI. First thing is enable command, I know that. Then configure terminal, Mr. I know that. Hostname, Mr. I know hostname command, I read it in as CNF, right? You only teach me. Okay, though this one now int how to configure the switch virtual interface. So interface, the VLAN number is 66 given in the table. Sorry, int VLAN 66 IP address. Now IP address I already copied from the table. Now 255.255.255.0, no shut. Now default gateway exit, then IP default gateway 192.168.66.1, also done. So this is done. Now what's next? Host name, IP address of switch virtual interface done, default gateway done. Now go for create name and assign VLANs according to VLAN and port assignment table. That means first you have to create a VLAN, name it, then we'll assign. Okay, so in which switches? S1, S2, S3, all three switches. So first thing, VLAN 10 name is IT, VLAN 20 name is math, VLAN 66 name is management, VLAN 88 native. Okay, so I'll go to S1, S2, S3, right? They ask you to create in all. Okay, so go to switch S1 first. Okay, check the VLAN names. What about that VLAN native? Okay, native also. Okay, everything. Okay, so VLAN 10 is IT, VLAN 20 math. Okay, so like this you want to write the code. Okay, so I'll go to VLAN switch first. What is the VLAN table? Let me check S1. VLAN table is VLAN number is 10, name is IT. Okay, so VLAN 10 name is IT. Okay, done. Like that. VLAN 20 name is math. Then VLAN 66 name is manage. This names given by the teacher already in the question paper. Okay, so just give the same thing name. Now VLAN 88 name native. I want to check the VLANs are created or not. Okay, so just I'll go to hash mode, show VLAN BR or brief. You can see 10 IT, 20 math, 66 management, 88 is 80. Same thing you should copy paste or try the same in S2, S3. Okay, so I'll open S2 again. Now go for a topology and open S2. Okay, CLI. Now open that which one, the table. Okay, so enable, you know, to create a VLAN you have to go to configuration mode. VLAN 10 name IT, VLAN 20 name map, VLAN 66 name management. Spelling should be careful. Okay, VLAN 88 name native. Done. Just we can check this, show VLAN brief or BR 10 IT 20 math 66 management 88 native. Same thing in S3. Go for S3. Every time you do something, save this configuration into startup. Okay, do WR. Now S3 also I am going to do the same. Just I will check the table again, then I will start doing. So VLAN 10 name IT, VLAN 20 name math. VLAN 66 name management. VLAN 88 name native. Do WR. So I will check the VLAN grid or not. Show VLAN BR. Can say 10 90 20 math, 66 management, 88 90. Okay, now that is done. Now go for the next step. So created VLAN, name VLAN. Now assign the VLAN according to VLAN and port assignment table. So we have to assign these VLANs to any particular port number. So here VLAN 10 name IT assigned to interfaces 0 bar 1 to 5. Okay, so how do we assign? I'll show you one. Okay, go to S1. Okay, you have to go to config mode. Okay, now open this one here. Now how do we assign a VLAN for a particular port? Okay, so here VLAN 10 assigned to ports 0 to 0, FA0 bar 1, FA0 bar 2, FA0 bar 3, FA0 bar 4, FA0 bar 5, FA0 bar 5. Okay, so how? Interface range FA0/1 to 5. Switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 10. Sorry, VLAN 10. Understand? So go to the range of ports. Which ports we need to assign the VLAN 10. So make that ports. You can write separately, but it will take some time. Interface FA0 bar 1, FA0 bar 2. That's why I put the single command. Interface range FA0 bar 1 to 5. Then I told you the ports which are connected to computer. Okay, or access. That's why switch port mode access. And which VLAN that ports belong to. In this they mention VLAN number 10. That's why switch port mode access. After that switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, exit. What about the other ports? VLAN 20 assigned to 0 bar 6 to 10. So I will go to now VLAN 6 to 10, right? So I'll go to interface range FA0 bar 6 to 10 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 20. Exit. Now next 66. No need. Okay, we have to assign only the one and this one. The remaining already done. Okay, so we have to assign only VLAN 10 and 20. Okay, see here, because other things are native and management. Okay, so we did it for 10 and 20. Okay, the same thing you have to do for which one? How many switches? S1, S3. Okay, so go for now again. S1 is done. I think go for S1, S2, S3. So we'll go for S2 also, same these two. Okay, because this no need management VLAN, this also no need. Okay, first two 10 and 20. So go for now S2. Configure space D interface range FA0 bar 1 to 5 switch port mode access switch port mode access switch port spelling mistake. Okay, switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 10. Exit. Now interface range. Next is 6 to 10 FA0 bar 6 to 10. I assign VLAN 20. Okay, FA 0 bar 6 to 10 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 20. And again do WR in between so that you can save. Do this for S3 also. So S3 also, sorry, configuration interface range FA 0 bar 1 to 5 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 10. Then interface range FA 0/6 to 10 based on the same table 6 to 10 VLAN 20. Okay, switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 20. Done. Now after that configure appropriate interfaces as trunk and permit VLAN 10, 20, 66 and 88 as native. Okay, so here in our topology, which are trunk ports? Trunk ports, I told you, the ports which are connected between switch to switch or switch to router are trunk port because they will carry data about more than one VLAN. So here S1 has G0 bar 1 trunk port, S2 also G0 bar 1 trunk port, S2 this one G02 also trunk port, S3 also G0 bar 1 trunk port. Okay, these are access which is connected to computer's access. So configure trunk. So here I'll go for S1 first. Interface, what is the port number? G0 bar 1. Okay, G0 bar 1 switch port mode trunk. Okay, switch port trunk allowed VLAN. What are the VLAN we are allowing? Okay, take that 10, 20, 66. See the permit VLAN 10, 20, 66. Okay, so 10, 20, 66 and make the native VLAN. Okay, switch port trunk native VLAN 88. Why, Mr. we need this native VLAN? Actually this usually the trunk port will have tagged data, but native VLAN is a special type of port which can carry untagged VLAN frames. Okay, now VLAN 88. Okay, now this is done. Now go for the next switch, any G0 bar 1 exit interface G0 bar 1 switch port mode trunk switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10, 20, 66 switch port trunk native VLAN 88. Okay, now the same for G0 bar 2 also same. Okay, we have two trunk port for G0, sorry, S2. I could have used interface range G0 bar 1 to 2, but I forget. Okay, now I will do it again. Exit interface G0 bar 2 switch port mode trunk. This is not case sensitive. Okay, so I can use either capital or small letter. Okay, now switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10, 20, 66. Now switch port trunk native VLAN 88. Okay, now S3 So here also interface, which interface is trunk G0 bar 1, because this is the one connected to switch. Okay, G0 bar 1. G0 bar 1 switch port mode trunk, then switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10, 20, 66, then switch port trunk native VLAN 88. Done. Okay. Now, so what I did is I configured trunk port, allow the VLANs 10, 20, 66 and make the 88 as native VLAN. Okay. Done for all the switches. Now what I will do, this is done, then disable DTP on all switch trunk port. DTP means dynamic trunking protocol. So it is a negotiation protocol for trunking between switches. Okay. So by default DTP is on. I want to disable DTP. Okay. For disabling DTP, the command is switch port no negotiate. Okay. So what are the trunk ports? First you have to identify for S1, S2, S3. S1, the trunk port is only G0 bar 1. S2 we have two trunk ports, 0 bar 1, 0 bar 2. S3 we have only one trunk port, 0 bar 1. Okay. Trunk port means the port connected to another switch. Access port means the switch port connected to end device like computer. Okay. Trunk means the port connected to switch or router. Okay. So here I want to disable the trunk DTP in trunk ports. Okay. So I'll go here. Exit interface G0 bar 1 switch port no negotiate. Okay, 2WR saved. Same thing for S2, we have two interfaces. Okay, so what I will do, I will not do separately for G0 bar 1 or G0 bar 2. I'll do it by using a range command. Interface range G0/1 to 2 switch port no negotiate, do WR. Then S3 also, what is a trunk port for S3? G0 bar 1, the port which is connecting to another switch. So exit interface G0 bar 1 switch port no negotiate. Okay, now what they are telling is ping from PC0 to PC1, PC1 to PC0 pings. Okay, so from PC0 to PC1, so go for command prompt, then ping, the IP address of this VLAN 20 is 2.2. okay, so PC1 is 192.168.2.2. it should ping. As it is first time, it will take some one request time what will come, remaining will be pinging. Oh, what happened? This pinging, we need to check that. Okay, so we need to check the error. What is the problem? 100% loss. So let me check the IP address and everything. 1.2, 1.1. okay, this one 2.2, 192, 2.1. okay, it's done. So what about this one? 0 bar, this is VLAN 10, 0 bar 3. Okay, S1. What about the show run? 0 bar 1, 0 bar 2, 0 bar 3. Okay, this is okay. So here you see what they ask is ping from PC0 to PC1. It is pinging no. Okay, I'll tell you why. Now PC1 to PC0, PC1 back to PC0. So PC1 PING, the IP address is 1.2. okay, so 192.168.1.2. It will not ping. I'll tell you why. Okay. So request timeout. No. Okay, I'll tell you the reason later on. Now PC0 to PC2. From this PC0 to PC2. So PC2 IP address is 1.3. Okay, so I'll open this one now. Go here. PING 192.168.1.3. It is pinging. So PC0 to PC1. Sorry, PC2 ping. Yes. Why? I'll tell you. PC1 to PC3. PC1 to PC3. PC3, the IP address is 2.3. Ping 192.168.2.3. It is pinging. Yes. From PC1 to PC3, pinging. Yes, not pinky. Pinging. Yes. Now PC0 to PC3. PC0 to PC3. So it was 2.3, right? PC3 is 192.168.2.3. It will not ping. No pinging. No. Also PC2 to PC1. PC2 to PC1. The IP address of PC1 is, what's the IP address? I think 2.2. I'll go here. I'll type here ping 192.168.2.2. It will not ping. Why? Because, so I'll make it clear. No. PC0 to PC1, no pinging. Why? PC0 is VLAN 10, PC1 is VLAN 20. Two different VLANs, two different networks cannot ping with the help of switch. Here we need a router or layer 3 switch. These are layer 2 switches. Okay, we need layer 3 switch or router to connect two different VLAN PCs. But VLAN 10, PC0 VLAN 10 and PC2 also VLAN 10. Both are in same network, they can ping. Also PC1 to PC3, VLAN 20, VLAN 20, both are same VLAN, same network, so can ping. So they can ping. But if we have different PCs with different VLAN, they cannot ping with the help of switch. That time we need a router or a layer 3 switch. That's the answer for that. Okay. So that's all for this video. Hope you understood.